Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ here with my bros, Jeremy.
What's good?
And the half spirit of bears.
Kind of cool.
Bring you our Justice Clubhouse Podcast episode 7. We're going to get right into the DC TV week. Let's get into the Flash. This episode is called Into the Speedforce, and you guys can find the Speed Show right here. Ooh, Speedforce. Get
Nice.
it? One sentence.
May the Speed Force be with you.
And IU. I don't even know who would be saying that to him, but that's
An
just
IU.
Yeah, an IU. May I be in you. Okay. So I love the Speed Force episodes. I guess that's the first thing I can say.
Yes.
They're always epic. They always add this like different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And in the right hands, I don't even think it could be in the right hands. It's basically something that Barry had created. Yes.
Yes.
And he still has yet to figure out how it works. The only other person that really knows how it works is Jay Garrick, who delighted us with his presence this episode.
That's pretty awesome.
He just knows. He's like, oh, Barry's messing with the timeline. I gotta go back in there and help him. But yes, Barry wants to save Wally, and there's like a different side of him we saw this episode. Everyone's sort of like, obviously they're worried about Wally because they don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
He's being tortured in there, especially after Savitar had like revealed that prophecy that somebody was going to suffer fate worse than death.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it last week that we're debating whether or not he would be saved this episode. Did you think they're gonna say, or Barry was gonna save him this episode?
No, I thought it was gonna take a bit longer. I thought it'd be like a 2-parter, 3-parter.
I actually thought they're gonna save him this episode. I had a feeling that he was gonna have to sacrifice something, Barry, going in, and I thought that was gonna be himself, and then that would in turn, make him Savitar. But we could theorize about that more later. So while
That's
he's
interesting.
yeah,
Sorry, I just had to think about that.
just put it in your mind. Just like think about it for a second, and your mind would be blown.
Yeah.
But in the real world, when he's there, everyone's dealing with their own little issues. You got the West household dealing with, I don't know, some weirdness that Iris is going through. Honestly, I think she's slightly going towards the season 1 version of her. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Because she's just like, that's not a reason. I understand that she is a little upset that Barry tried to propose her out of fear, right?
Yeah.
But doesn't fear or any emotion make you do things out of love? That's what it stems from.
True. Yeah.
So what's the deal with her? Why did she do that? Why did she break off the engagement?
I don't know.
And then
I'm confused.
Yeah, and then you got Joe telling her to be, in very kind words, to not be stupid. But I guess we'll see where this takes the whole entire family, moving forward. But while they're dealing with that, you got the rest of the team with HR, Caitlin, Cisco, Julian, and Jesse trying to find Savitar. And the forewarned little child not to meddle with that. But what did she do?
Hey, Cisco, could you search this stuff up so I can find Savitar?
He's so sarcastic too. He's like, oh yeah, let me search it up. And then what are you going to do with it? You're going to be stupid, aren't you? And I like that they all stepped up, because they know that her dad's not there.
Yeah.
And she needs somebody to guide her. And I know she's a smart girl. I know that she's capable of doing things. Obviously, she's a speedster and whatnot, but she's just not ready. She couldn't even fight those gorillas.
That's true.
How is she going to fight the god of motion, the god of speed? It doesn't make sense.
Well, that kind of ties back to what you're saying, fear and love.
Yes.
Those emotions mixed together. That's what's happening with her.
Make you do stupid things. It runs in the family, I guess, or runs in the Flash family to do stupid things out of emotion.
Yeah.
They're in a glass cage of emotion, or the Speed Force of emotion. But I guess to wrap up that storyline on Earth, she goes and faces off with Savitar because she figured out that shard or the blade that was hidden that Barry phased off would draw itself back to him. I don't know how she figured that out, but that was pretty crazy. I like how she put it up in the air and she's like, okay, let's go. And it went super speed and she chased after it. That was pretty cool. And she actually faced off against Savitar.
She's insane.
I call bull duty on that, but it's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Barry barely got out of that fight alive, yet she wounded him.
Yeah.
And I guess HR is a good trainer, but still, there's no reason Savitar shouldn't have killed her unless he knows that doing so will change the timeline. So maybe he's just playing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like just
maybe.
To get excited for what's to come on his part. So he's like, I'm just gonna, this probably is not supposed to happen right now, but I'm just gonna humor it. Yeah, so they fight and she stabs him in the neck check, and they find out that he's a man underneath that suit of armor.
So it's just a suit. It's not.
Yeah, it's just a metallic
He's not
suit.
an actual being.
No, he's not a god like he said he was, because he got hurted. And
He's a poser.
yeah, he is. Back in the Speedforce, Barry runs into 3 apparitions which he sort of had a hand in their demise. And first one was Eddie, and that was surprising. I like how they just he kind of was just like, okay, you see this? I got a bullet hole. That's because of you. And he faces off against time remnants. That was pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Barry actually, like, usually when he goes into those sort of things, he's like scared.
Yeah.
And he's a team, but he actually faced all of these things on his own. So he gets away from time wraiths, and he said bye-bye to Eddie, met Ronnie, and then he fought the time wraith of all time wraiths. Who was it?
Black Flash / Zoom.
Dude, Eobard was scared of him. Barry
Yeah.
punched him in the face
Yeah.
multiple times, but he got defeated. And Ronnie was telling him, you know, me and Caitlin could have had a baby, and there's got to be a reason why you're in the Speed Force other than trying to save Wally. Because I think they're trying to make him realize that whatever he does is not enough. So
Yes.
like every time he comes in there's got to be a reason for him to change the timeline.
Yeah.
Try to make him realize that he's selfish in a way, right?
Yeah.
But he was truly in there to save Wally. Like, he kept telling him, I'm going to save Wally. I will take his place. And the final apparition was,
Snart.
hey, Barry.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey,
That's all it
Barry.
Gonna catch a cold. And he sees him at the Central City Hospital, where Wally is looking over a blank bed. No one's in it. And, or at least that's what Barry's seeing. Maybe
Yeah.
he's seeing his mother there, you know, dying over and over.
Well, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, it showed that on his
So
side.
it showed Francine?
Yes, it did.
realize.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And basically he's reliving her death over and over again. And that's his hell. And poor kid had to sit there for God knows how long. I don't know, of course, of how many days this took place. But Barry got a surprise visitor when Captain Cold attacked him. And who was that?
Jake Garrick.
Yeah!
That was awesome, dude.
That was. And I love how Barry he actually used his head and used Jay Garrick's helmet to defeat Snart. That was awesome. And get into the room, save Wally. But as they're leaving, what happens?
Jay says, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you guys. Take one for the team.
That is fudged. That is just fudged all over. They spent a little more than half the season trying to figure out who the heck Hunter was keeping in his little cage. Find out towards the end that it's Jay Garrick and he was in prison. Then they save him. And then now he's imprisoned himself to save Barry.
Yeah, that's...
And Wally.
That is sad.
And
It's also sort of like he kind of lost his father again.
yeah, exactly. That's why Barry's like, no. I want, let me take this place. And he's like, no, you need to stop Savitar, dude. And
You can see how many people sacrifice for him.
yeah, I mean, Barry means well. It's just like he makes the wrong decisions, but you can't really cap on him for that because
Well, like those other apparitions, it's for his selfish gain.
yeah,
That's why those people are there, you know?
man, he's tragic.
Yeah.
Barry is a tragic person. And yeah, apparently Jay also said that Cisco used, his intelligent mind to vibe over to Earth 3
Yeah.
and warn
Jay.
about,
Yeah,
yes, Barry's predicament and save him. And they get back using the helmet, which was modified by Cisco. And everyone is like happy to see Wally. They're all reunited, but they're sad that Jay is stuck. But Barry promised that he would save him, so we're going to hold him to that and the rest of the team because that dude should not have sacrificed that. But,
Dude, he's living years
Yes.
in imprisonment.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, he gets out and then he's back in prison. What the fudge?
that's messed up, man. They must really love Barry. Everybody loves Barry.
Yeah.
That he's willing to do that. And the episode ends out with, it's kind of bittersweet. I mean, like I said, they're reunited for the most part. Wally's scarred for life. And then his girlfriend leaves him to protect Earth 3 while Jay's gone. So that's pretty cool that Jesse's stepping up and doing that.
Yeah.
And Barry and Iris are done over, just to put it plain and simple, because he thinks that putting her off to the side is keeping her out of harm's way. But we all know that doing that is the downfall of us all. The second, the second someone puts on a suit and has people around them, those people are already part of it. You can't, even if you push them away, they're still going to be in harm's way at some point. There's going to be a villain that's more intelligent, that's more cunning, that's more powerful to figure that stuff out.
Tis true.
No one is that stupid. They will use that against you no matter what.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think pretty much they're together, but at the same time, they're not. Everyone's not on the same page right now. now. And Barry thinks that he has to face Savitar alone, which I think is another mistake. But did we miss anything else?
No. All I see, this season, these two villains for Arrow and Flash, they're very similar.
They're sick.
Yeah.
They're terrifying.
They're doing
terrifying.
everything that they can to terrorize. What's his name? Prometheus is like, I'm 10 steps ahead, just exactly like Savitar.
You don't even know what game we're playing.
Exactly. But the thing is that Savitar's like, he could already see because he's from the future, but they still have very similar plans.
That's what's scary though. Imagine if that dude had Savitar's powers. Oh, hell no.
At the end of the season, he's just like, I am Savitar.
Did we miss anything else or no? Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Easter eggs.
There's quite a few. Cisco mentioned, or he said to infinity and beyond.
Toy Story! That was amazing. He's like Buzz Lightyear and Barry's like Woody.
Yeah. He actually referenced the Hindu speed god as Savitar.
Peanuts Gang.
Yeah, Charlie Brown.
Jesse said they're like the Peanuts Gang, and what's his name? HR was like, no, you just Peanuts.
Iron Giant.
Yes, and that's amazing. Like that reference. A piece of Savitar's suit, like we said, like retracted back to him, so it's like the Iron Giant with his parts, and he's a giant metallic creature, just like Savitar. Oh, it's like, but the difference is this Iron Giant likes to kill people, and it's not voiced by Vin Diesel. It's voiced by Tobin Bell, who is amazing too. Golden Age. Yeah. Captain Cold was like, "You're getting old in your golden age" to Jay Garrick. That was hilarious. That's amazing. If you guys don't know, don't know anything about DC Comics or anything like that, or just don't read too deep into it, that is a funny reference because Jay Garrick is the Golden Age Flash.
Yes,
that was freaking amazing. And that's all I got. What else you have?
Cisco, I think he is like a sort of nod to next week's episode. He said, "I'm sensing some harmonic feedback."
Oh,
when he was going back into the Speedforce, or he was trying to locate Barry.
Oh,
when he took off his telemetry.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe Music Meister's what do you call that? Like a magical, mystical being.
Yeah,
who lives in between worlds. That's crazy.
And Cosmic Treadmill again. Yeah,
he doesn't even need that anymore. I love how in the comics that's such a big thing for him, but he could just run and create his own breach.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, well, think about it. What if that's for him? That's an easy way to get back and forth.
Yeah,
through the Speed Force instead of, well, of course the telemetry is a lot easier, but I'm pretty sure that's like the last resort type thing.
I think the Cosmic Treadmill would be used for if he needed to keep the breach open for a while, so he would just run in it just for other people to cross.
So
that's what they would use a Cosmic Treadmill. That's how they empty out their Earth if their Earths are being destroyed.
That's it.
So before we get into theories, do you have anything other Easter eggs or no?
No, that's it.
Previews for next week. It's a Flash Supergirl crossover.
Yeah, the crossover.
Sorry, I'm so excited.
People keep saying that it's a filler episode. I don't care, dude. It's musical.
When they offer you a musical having to do with comic book characters, you do not say no. You accept that it's going to happen. It's gonna be cheesy.
It's a partial Glee reunion.
Exactly. But they never really shared the stage on that show.
I barely watched Glee too, but I'm excited.
Yes, and Darren Criss is going to be there. Awesome that a Filipino American is going to be on there. He's actually half
Pinoy.
He's Cebuano. You're Bisaya.
Oy.
We're Bisaya. Oy. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool to see him as a Music Meister. He's apparently an all-powerful being. In the previews we see that he sends Barry and Kara into an alternate reality where their friends are part of a musical. So everything that plays out in there, and it's back in the 1950s or something like that, or 1940s, one or
something around there. Yeah.
And I forgot what's her name. Iris is named something else, and she's kind of the central piece of that story. Millie something.
Millie Rock.
Millie Rock. And they they have to follow Music Meister's rules in this world or they will die in the real world. So they're whammied and they're together in that alternate reality while their friends are trying to get them back.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see or to think about Supergirl, Flash, Martian Manhunter, I don't even know what that, Valor and Team Flash and Team Supergirl together in one place.
Oh, that's so sick.
with a really cool villain. Music Meister, the only thing I hope though is that he is more of like a interdimensional all-seeing being, because he's got to be if he's crossing over between two worlds. And I cannot wait to see how they write. No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a standard episode for Supergirl, but then at the end it will slowly transition into there. And I guess Supergirl's world is not equipped to solve stuff like this, so they make their way onto Flash's world. But that's where the theory is. Let's talk about that. Maybe that cosmic treadmill will be the key to merging the Earths once crisis or some sort of crisis happens.
Yes.
That's how he's like, we need something that's going to create a big enough breach that people could just run through.
I believe it.
And then Cisco's like, I have an idea.
He just stares at it.
Barry, treadmill time. That would be so awesome if they did that. But I think they'll probably do that like one more season each. And then they can start tying stuff together. But theories, Savitar. Who do you think it is still?
I still think it's either Barry.
Agreed.
Eddie, not so much.
Yeah, it's starting to falter just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if he shows up again, so I don't know. Or there's just some sort of tie-in with him, with the Thawne family. Maybe, but
I feel like that is a piece of the
I feel
philosophers,
like
he could just be like, it's just like another story there. Like, so they could do something else. I really think it's Barry.
I have thoughts that it might be HR.
Okay.
Just because he's so opposite of how these other Harrison Wells are.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like tie in Arrow because it's Arrow, but the way that Adrian was the entire season.
Yeah, like for the law.
Yeah,
and
he's
buddy
with Oliver, doing everything that he can to
do
help,
right.
To do right. But he is Prometheus. Like imagine if HR is that psycho, that insane that, you know, he, like last episode, he basically told himself if he were Savitar that he's a wimp, but he's like playing those mind games on the whole team, you know?
Dang.
I feel like that HR could be Savitar.
That would be interesting if he was. I think that HR is going to die at the end of the season.
So?
I think he's going to throw himself into whatever hell they're going to lock Savitar in just to make sure he's going to save. Like maybe Cisco's holding open a breach or somewhere. Like they found a world that they could dump him in. Maybe they found that world that him and Gypsy were fighting in, that volcanic world.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, Cisco's about to be brought in, but then HR takes himself instead. So that's his legacy. Because he's been wanting to do something good and be remembered for something. And that way they could keep following the tradition of having a different Wells each season.
Yeah. I guess.
It's like a in loving memory of HR. And then Cisco's like, I miss that dude.
Yeah.
But he was an idiot.
But here's another thing. Seems like each season, they bring in a new character. And I don't know if they're going to go like this every season, but it has been like that.
Yeah.
Where they introduce a new character and he seems to be the bad guy. So
they need to change it up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And not a speedster.
That's where my top choice would be Barry, but I'm just putting these other theories out there just in case.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're writing it like that.
Yeah.
Either HR or the other guy that was
Accelerator Man?
No, Julian.
You
know? Because he's already tied to the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
He is Dr. Alchemy.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like he could play, and they've always, like this whole season, they're showing doppelgangers or their other selves from the Flashpoint. What if Alchemy here is Savitar from Flashpoint? And he's brought to life to this Earth and this reality. So my choice is 3. The top choice is Barry, next is HR, and possibly Julian.
I like it. So me too. I would say future Barry or alternate world Julian as well. That makes sense. And I think that if they do introduce HR next season or another Wells, he's gonna be like Max Mercury or
Johnny Quick.
Johnny Quick. Another speedster to add to the team, but maybe he adds like, he's not a bad guy, but maybe he does things that Barry doesn't want to do. Like maybe he kills bad guys.
So maybe Max Mercury, because he's more in touch with the Speedforce and speedsters' histories.
Well, isn't he like actually been granted his powers by the gods? It's different. Like his is not science, his is more like mystical.
But that's the thing, he's very scientific.
Yeah.
So I feel like either one would be interesting. Cool. Yeah.
And I think what I hope for the end of the season is that they do the Kamehameha with the Flash family, with everybody. They just do bam and then whack Savitar in the next lifetime.
That would be sick.
It's like they all do like that, like the lightning throw. You see Wally, Jesse, Barry, Jay Garrick, all just like run together and go, and then Cisco and Caitlin just blast him with his powers.
Accelerated Man comes in.
Yeah, he's just like, hello. And then he just runs away again. And Gypsy too. That would be awesome. And then you got, like I said, HR maybe just jumps out. He's like, oh, let me do it. And he just jumps at him and they going through like
drum solo.
Yeah.
Takes his drumsticks out. Yeah, what's up with the drumsticks?
I don't know, man. I
Does
don't
that
even think he
mean-
plays the drums.
Does that mean anything?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Yeah, probably not.
He
It's just-
plays drums, so he plays the team. I don't know. That was stupid. Any other theories? I am excited for next week. I'm excited for the rest of the season. I just
Yeah.
can't wait to see. I want to see Barry like actually like fight Savitar hand to hand like properly. Just go like Super Saiyan.
a proper whip hinge.
Like I want to see his suit getting destroyed and everything. Like
Yeah.
I want to see this and then see all of them work together to send him into another place.
Yes.
Be epic. Anything else though? They will save Jack Garrick though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they could introduce Bart Allen next episode or next season.
That's so
Or at the end of this season, maybe that's what happens. Maybe he like they introduce like the Reach or something,
Ooh.
and he's like, "Where'd you come from?" He's like, "The future, man. It's mode. It is mode.
That'd be sick.
But I'm here, so it's Crash." Yeah, that'd be awesome if they introduce Bart. Any other theories?
No.
So, final thoughts about this episode for Flash.
Very interesting.
I like it. Going into the Speedforce is always cool.
Yes.
You get to see weird things and just like Captain Cold out of nowhere.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, anytime they show up, it's like always a good time.
And Black Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Speedster.
Yeah.
It's like Jaws when he's around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Scurry.
but Barry bitch smacked him, so pretty awesome.
Yeah, you put the Halo and all that on him.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did use the Halo on him. Forgot about that. So,
So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good episode.
yeah. So with that being said, we'll see you guys in Legends of Tomorrow. So we're about to get into Legends of Tomorrow. This episode was called Moonshot. Ooh, Jinx was on and knocking your wood. You guys can find a speed show right here. One sentence.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Nice singing, Professor. Was that impression of Stein or Rory or Mick? Sorry.
I think that was like a mix of both.
So we find our legends in 1970s, I believe, trying to locate Henry Haywood, who has the last part of the spear, the tip of the spear. And oh, my hand gesture. And they find him, but he is not happy to see Rip. I mean, he's happy to see everybody else, but he's not happy to see Rip. Because
You made me miss out on my family for 14 years.
that is fudge. That's pretty messed up. But it's for a good cause, because
Yeah.
if the Legion had found that, it would have been over already.
The mission over everything.
So they infiltrate Mission Command. Actually, to be more specific, Mick, Stein, and Jax infiltrated Mission Command. And that was pretty funny how he talked in his actual British accent. Jax.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, they oversaw everything to be the eyes for the team while the rest of the team went up in space and tried to stop Eobard, who they found out was trying to get to the piece of the spear, which was on the moon, under the flag that Neil Armstrong had planted. And that was just this episode. See, the thing is, this show is such a loose cannon, but it's so good.
Yeah, they could
most
do
times.
anything.
Yeah. It's literally like watching the Justice League TV show in
Yeah.
live action, just with different characters that
Exactly.
people are not familiar with. And what happens when they get up there in space?
Ray,
Yes.
he tries to infiltrate the lamb of the Apollo 13. The lamb.
I don't even know what it's called, really. I
lamb?
tried to. I'm probably look stupid on this article I posted, but I said lamb.
Yeah, we should probably search that up. But
We'll correct it.
Yeah, he actually gets spotted by Eobard.
That was hilarious. He was still small, and he still, he got
Yeah.
founded it. He's just like, problem. And then Eobard's like, you're an idiot. And the two fight, because Eobard can't use his powers up there.
Yeah.
And I actually have a theory as to why. I guess I could mention it now. It's not only because... Actually, no, I'll mention it later. Sorry.
Okay.
So just keep... Yeah. Fight, and what happens?
Ray knocks him out.
Yeah, he actually won that fight.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Oh, his suit gets corrupted.
because it just can't sustain space. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
like,
Okay.
And
Yes,
he
that one.
wasted it trying to get the piece of the spear.
Yes, that one.
He didn't find it, and I love how he was like, dun, dun, boom, 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 dun, 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 dum, 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 dum. When he went to go get the piece, that was so funny. And he's just like standing there like a geek. And then they're like, yeah, you're stranded there. He's like, oh, poop. And he goes back to the little lamb. And
The little lamb.
he does like a little video vlog, which I found hilarious.
Yeah.
And I love how Eobard interrupted him. And he was just like, what? He's like, what are you doing? Vlogging. Why you gotta interrupt me? And they realize that they need to hurry up because the Wave Rider is damaged after trying to retrieve the, I believe they were called the Odyssey, the ship that was carrying the lamb.
Oh, okay.
Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it got damaged when they tried to save it. So the Wave Rider is basically running on low fumes as well. So what does Ray have to do?
He has to partner up with the evil Speedster Tatar.
Which was the right choice because he understands that tech.
Yeah, he's
from the
29th?
No, he said
23rd.
23rd to 24th century. And yeah, they rebuild or they make the repairs and they retracted back onto the Wave Rider, which was pretty cool.
Oh, I figured out what the other part is called. It's a command module.
Ah, okay, yeah. So they get reattached to that, and I guess they're pretty much saved the day. So all the events are restored. They still got the Spear of Destiny, which was a good thing. But while that was happening, Stein had a very funny moment with Mick, and Jack's reaction to it was hilarious. What happened?
I have to sing?
Yeah. Just a little bit of it. Not too much where we're going to get a copyright, but yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know the other part. It's daylight come and me wanna go home.
Daylight come and me wanna go home. Me say day-o. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Come, Mr. Taliban, me. Yeah, hearing him sing that, it was the most random song choice, but it's like,
I mean, it's cool because it's also setting him up for next week's Flash episode.
Because he's gonna be in it, and that's gonna be amazing. But like, I'm just wondering what goes through his head when he picks, like when he sang in Germany, or was that, no, Paris, I think, in that episode when they first met the Legion, or the Legends.
Yeah.
What was going through his head when he picked those songs? You know what I'm saying? Like, was he listening to it on his iPod and he just picked it, or what? Like, it's just so random, but it was so funny at the same time.
He's a very classic man.
Yeah. Dude, that's just so, that whole entire scene was funny, and Jax's reaction was like hilarious. He's just like, oh my God. And Mick too. Mick was just like,
joins in. He's like, I
didn't expect that.
He's like googly eyed, right?
Yeah. He's
with
like,
his glasses. He's like,
what?
Okay.
Daylight come and me wanna go home. We didn't think that Stein singing could be topped until Mick started singing.
Yeah.
That was just, and then they're harmonizing with each other. And while that's happening, the rest of the team is just like, what the fudge? They're like, are they singing? That was so funny how everyone reacted. But some drama on the ship just to get that, squared away. Amaya accidentally lets Henry know that if he tries to return to his time period to be with his wife and son, Nate might not exist. Or he might not grow up to be the person he is now.
yes.
So basically changing time due to a selfish reason. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him wanting to go back to his family, but I also get that point. But then again, it should have been Nate to tell his grandpa.
Yeah.
Not her.
Yeah.
And I felt like she did that for a selfish reason because she would have probably never met Nate.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you want, girl? But yeah, Nate tells him about all this stuff and confirms it, and also helps Henry make amends with Rip. Made him understand, like, this guy also loves his family and he lost them. He couldn't save them, but you can. And Nate was trying to sacrifice himself. So like these guys are like selfless. Like they always do everything to save their family.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like their characters, but they just can't. Like, you know how sad that is? They want to do the right thing, but they can't because time happens. Time wants to happen. They make the slightest changes, it's gonna mess up time. And everything that's we've seen up until this point, we don't know if that will be erased.
Yeah.
So what happens when they're making their way back to Earth?
The ship, they can't control it to land properly into Earth's atmosphere
Without burning to a crisp.
Yeah.
So what do?
They ask the help of the evil speedster once again because he is a scientist.
Re-entry 38 degrees. Which they achieve, but what happens?
They need to open the hatch?
Open the hatch! And who decides to open
the cargo bay. There you go.
Oh, it's a hatch. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Henry decides to sacrifice. He's like, mission first. Tell your father that I love him and that I'm sorry.
That was like straight out. That was Armageddon right there.
Yeah.
That was
Bruce Willis and
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
What do you call that? Exactly that scenario played out right there. I should add that to the Easter eggs. But that was sad sad. That was like a sad moment. He just like said, "I'm proud of you," and you just see him get sucked out of the.
That sucks. That was, to be honest, that was kind of just a little bit hilarious, but at the same time sad. Just the way that he flew out. He's like,
now,
pew!
I also have a theory about him, but I'll mention it later. But can you remind me?
Yes.
The episode ends with Nate talking to his father, the child version of his father, because Mick saw him in the at mission control because he apparently like won some sort of like consolation prize to visit. And he talks to his dad, and it's just like, it's like heartfelt because he said when he first joined the Legends that he's never close to his dad, so he got to have that closeness here.
Yeah.
And that sucked because he basically had to tell his dad that his dad wasn't gonna come home. And I think that's exactly why there's that distance between him and his dad, because he didn't have a dad to grow up, so he didn't know how to be a father to Nate. Right? So
That's true. Yeah.
that sucked. Yeah, Amaya kind of caused it. She got me a little bit pissed because of that part.
You know, I guess she got karma.
Yeah, I guess. And then Sarah and Rip, they kind of had like this rivalry, like slight throughout the episode, because she was calling the shots and he's not used to that. Like, he's the captain. Yeah. And he was like, okay,
it's
why
like
are
an
you...
unintentional rivalry.
Because when he was around, like, they're a mess. But with her, they're like, they got the plan. And he's like, what the hell is going on here? Why are you guys so well oiled? I'm going to unoil you and make it dirty and disgusting.
Dirty.
Yeah, but he accepts his role as just a teammate, no longer the captain.
Yeah, that's kind of weird to see, but you know, we're already used to seeing Sarah calling shots.
I feel like when he doesn't call the shots, he does more badass stuff.
Yeah,
it would be cool just to see him as like a
pew pew, because he's an excellent marksman.
Yeah, and a fighter too, dude.
Yeah.
He took on Vandal Savage.
That's true.
I believe that's it, right? Well, how else is that?
Nate and Amaya,
yes,
they make up, and as he leaves,
bingo bango,
she asks Gideon what her future is.
Yes. And what is it? It's basically what you guys, if you guys haven't watched Vixen, the TV series, or you haven't watched the last season of Arrow when Marie made her appearance, she finds out about her granddaughter Marie and how she's the next Vixen and how their village is going to be burned down. So it's going to play out. She knows that it's going to have to play out that way. She can't, I feel like, that might be a setup for the next season. She's going to change something so that doesn't happen. And she might undo Marie's existence.
That's going to suck.
We will theorize more about that. That's like one theory. Let's go back to that though.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. But anything else happen?
No, that's where it ends.
Easter eggs. Maya, she said that Henry's code name, other than Commander Steel, was Chameleon. And Chameleon is a DC comic character as well, who's obviously good at disguising himself, and that's why he was known as that on the JSA.
Apparently, he is an enemy of Jonah Hex, and he is a worker for Quentin Turnbull.
Yes. That'd be amazing if we see that. But that's cool that they did a little nod to him.
Yeah.
Elvis was mentioned.
Yeah, Houston, we have a problem.
Love it. Dale. I'm not going to sing it again, but yes, we love that they mentioned that, the Banana Boat song.
Yes.
And it was just so random, but it's also so fitting for Stein. Ray mentioned the Sea of Tranquility, what he was standing on the moon. And he also referenced The Martian, the movie with Matt Damon.
Oh yeah,
and how he felt like he was like him. That's so funny.
The moon music.
Oh yeah. Boom, boom.
Yeah. John Swigert, he was actually one of the pilots of Apollo, so that's cool.
So that's important, and the date, which was April 13th, 1970.
Yeah.
Where NASA launched its third crew mission to the moon named Apollo 13.
Yeah.
And so basically the whole Easter egg is like the episode itself.
The location.
Yeah. And Ray is the first superhero to set foot on the moon. So that's interesting.
Armageddon.
Yeah. So the ending there with Henry,
Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Henry sacrificing himself for his grandson, his kid, and everybody on the Wave Rider was seen right out of the ending of that movie. Sucked in the sense that it was sad,
and it sucked him out.
But is there any other Easter eggs?
Yeah, no.
What do we see in the preview for next week?
They're back in war.
Yeah.
What for? What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
War. Yes, they're going to be seeing J.R.R. Tolkien, like the guy that wrote the
Hobbit.
yes, all those
The series, yeah.
and he's still a soldier, so they're gonna run into him. So maybe they inspire him just like they inspired
Lord of the
George
Rings,
Lucas.
yeah.
And yeah, they're facing off to protect the spear because they have all the fragments. Actually, I didn't realize that they have all the fragments.
Oh, what's the episode name? Isn't it
Fellowship of the Spear.
Spear. There you go.
So they're gonna try to keep it away from the Legion. But who joins the roster next week
Someone joins the roster?
for the Legion of Doom?
Oh, Snart. Shoot.
He's
sorry.
back.
Yes.
And that's going to cause some problems because he probably doesn't remember what happened to him he has no recollection. This is the Snart that's kidnapped probably when he was still villains of the Flash along with Mick. So it's going to cause some...
before he became a legend.
Yeah.
Sometime.
So this is interesting. Like they're variables because he's now on the other side and he has no recollection of what he had done to save them, and that's gonna cause some struggle between him and Mick and the rest of the team because they're close to him before.
That's true.
So
But isn't that gonna change the timeline?
maybe the thing is that from what I understand, every time they're out of the time stream protects the people on board from changing it. I think.
Yeah.
That's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But that's why they don't stay too far out in the time zones to stop the aberrations because they might change more. So they try to finish the missions like fast.
Oh, okay.
And then again, Rip did recruit the people that will have the least impact also on the timeline. So I guess whatever they do doesn't really matter in a sense.
That's also true.
In a sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like up in the air. The theories are very hard to come up with for this show. But I do believe that they need to keep touching on the Black Flash, even though he got decimated by Barry in the last episode. I know he'll come back. What else we got theorized? Oh, I don't think Henry's dead.
You don't think so?
No, because he tanked the bomb hit before and
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
What
grenade.
the
So maybe
fuck?
he is like somewhat okay. Maybe
He is the original Steel, right?
yeah, they never revealed if he was like cybernetically enhanced, which I think he is or he will be, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that he'll be a villain later on for them. I don't know,
Ooh.
something like that. Eobard, I think that he wants to be a real boy because he is a time remnant, and the reason why he can't use his powers is not only because he's scared of the Black Flash, but because they're fluctuating. He's not really the Eobard. Like, he's just a time remnant of Eobard. And Ray figured that out. That's crazy that he figured that out.
Yeah. So what does it take to be a real boy?
The Spear of Destiny. That's why he wants it. It's not because he wants to become a real, that like he wants to take the place of that
does
Eobard.
that thing just give you, like, grant you wishes?
It just grants you whatever to manipulate reality. So like if you want to manipulate the reality of you wanting to take place of the real version of you could do that.
Damn.
Because essentially if he did that, then he wouldn't need Eddie to come back. You know, he could just exist to exist. Doesn't even need like an origin or anything like that. He's there. He's real.
Yeah.
So that's his game. And then you got Damien, who hasn't really showed up, or Malcolm. They've been kind of gone for a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see. Maybe there's like a bit of a struggle between them and Snart and all that, trying to like have the spear. And that'll be funny if the next season opens up with the reverse of what we saw at the beginning of this season. The Legends were separated. Watch the Legion be separated.
Sure.
And then they find other bad guys.
Yeah.
Then that'd be awesome. As for Amaya, I think she's gonna cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Like I think because she saw that future, she's gonna try to prevent it.
Yeah.
Prevent it. And since the actress who played Marie is like, I don't know what's her deal. Like I'm not saying it in a bad way, but she seems to kind of be on the fence of portraying the character live action. Maybe that's how they rewrite it for her.
So she's just in the animated.
Yeah. Or maybe they just totally erase all of that because she would be basically, if she gets erased from this existence, she gets erased in that animated thing because that's actually in the Arrowverse.
Oh.
Like the animated series actually correlates to what's going on in the shows right now. It's not like a separate universe. It's actually in the universe. It's just I guess they didn't know what to do, so they created a little animated thing. But yeah, I feel like she's gonna mess up somehow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Any other theories?
No, I think I'm all out.
All right. So final thoughts about Legends of Tomorrow.
Very solid.
Yes, Commander Steel is Commander Steel. I don't know. Kind of. I guess I gotta warm up to him more. Like then he's on his weird NASA outfits.
Yeah, and he flew out the hatch.
Hopefully we get to see him.
Hopefully he shows up again.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Well, he
think
has
that's-
to, right? Like
Yeah, I
he
don't
still
think
has to deal with Nick. And, like that part of this timeline still needs to be restored.
Yeah. He's not gone forever.
Stein singing and Mick joining in is the highlight, though.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's start singing again. And yeah, overall, this show is just so fun. That's
Very fun, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
It's a wild card, but it's entertaining every night.
Yes, it's just I can never figure out what's gonna happen next with the show. It's just all over the place, and I love it.
Yeah. So that being said, we'll see you guys in Arrow. All right, so we're about to get to the last part, which is Arrow. This episode was called Checkmate. You guys can find the speecher right here. One sentence.
I am Prometheus.
You don't even know what game we're playing yet. Like, creepy.
Yeah, he's got that weird smile.
Yeah, he does. Like a Nisha horny smile. But yes, he is. The team figures it out, and Oliver at the start of the episode goes to try to find answers from Talia, who he finds in the rocky, snowy mountains of I don't know where. But she basically told him, I don't know why he didn't take that knowledge of her wanting to get revenge and like didn't see that coming towards the end there. You know what I'm saying? She said to him, sure, I'm gonna help you, and he's like, why? Because I want to make your life a living hell. Like, does that make sense to you? Does that come out of the mouth of a person that makes or has any sanity?
No.
Yeah, I'd love to help you, but I'm gonna kill you. That's basically what she said to him, right?
Yeah.
So they get back, but they can't touch Adrian. Nobody. He tells the team, like, he's the bad guy, he's Prometheus, but they don't know what his motive is. Like, he's just a sicko. And I love how he was just effing with everyone throughout the episode. One man was effing with the team with, how many of them were on the team? There's like almost 10 people on that team.
Yeah.
And not one of them could do anything to him as their superhero personas or their normal personas. Nobody. He was way ahead of them as far as like putting safeguards.
Yes.
And it was scary to see. It was also entertaining because I don't think we've seen like a bad guy like that.
That's been upfront with them.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have an army behind him. Like Slade Wilson was a Mirror Crew enhanced soldier with other people who are Mirror Crew enhanced. This guy is on his own doing this. You would think that he would be a little scared, right? Because a whole team full of trained people are coming after him, but no.
Yeah, he must have faced a lot of crap growing up.
So we better see that crap because I'm interested to see what's going on in his head that he was willing to stab his own wife.
Yeah.
Doris.
I mean, it also said that he was like a marksman, right? Or he was in armed forces.
Adrian,
yeah.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And we dive deeper into why he's doing this to Oliver, but not too deep because they want to make us think. We know that he's sick in the head and that there is an obviously big reason for that, but they didn't reveal it.
Well, sort of. They said that he killed his father.
Oh yes, Talia said that. Yeah, and basically it's funny because she helped Oliver by giving him the name and outing Adrian as Prometheus, but she also shot him in the back of the knee and took him prisoner to get revenge on him killing her father. So Talia and Adrian's common interest is ruining his life because their dads are dead.
They are psycho, dude. Just think about this. Like basically your best friend. Like picture this, like your best friend is the villain and someone tells you that's crazy. And you can't do anything about it because they're always ahead of you.
Prometheus is like Oliver's Joker or Hush. I think it's more like Hush.
Okay.
Because he just like it's more than just wanting to kill. It's like destroying a person.
That's Prometheus is what do you call it in the comics too.
Yeah.
He just wants to destroy everything around.
I'm comparing him to like
Batman.
This is his greatest arch enemy. Just like Superman has Lex Luthor, Flash has Eobard or Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
It's like that sort of rivalry. Like it's crazy.
It's just ongoing.
Yeah, and it's terrifying. It's like this one person has put so much terror in this one season than all the other seasons combined. And we've seen Oliver take on League of Assassins and Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that. They do not hold a candle to Prometheus. No offense. He is on his own. If there were like 10 of him, everybody would be dead.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They find out that his real name is Sam Morrison? Simon Morrison?
Yeah.
And that still doesn't give them much of anything because apparently the mother changed her name when she moved from wherever they're from. And who gets this information?
Felicity.
That was so funny. That scene, like all the scenes with her trying to hide Helix from the team, is just funny because
she can't hide the fact that she's doing something and she's gone for hours.
Yeah, Oliver figured that out, and then Curtis saw firsthand of her doing illegal. So he's like, "Hold up, this is not some badass stuff. You're actually doing stuff that's illegal. Like this is messed up right here."
Diggle knew from last episode.
Yeah, but he's just like, "Oh, whatever." She wants to jump off a bridge. Go jump off a bridge. I ain't gonna follow you. But Yeah, she continues her dealings with them, and we get to see the base. They all look like normal people. They're hacktivists.
It kind of helped, you know.
It helped a lot, but the thing is, like, what is she gonna have to give up because of that? That's the question. Something must be given up, and that's what. Or I found out the girl's name, Alina. Her mini her. And she said, yeah, they want something in return. Helix wants something from you because, like, we gave you Pandora and helping your team out. We're not asking questions, but they really want something back. Or in return, sorry. So that's going to be bad. This is going to bite her in the ass and most likely the team. Like, it's probably going to play out like the end of the season. Like, they're probably going to defeat Prometheus. Or actually, we'll theorize about that. But then what happens? They play like a cat and mouse game through the whole episode. Pike was stabbed.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything, but they knew that it was him. They knew it was Adrian. Susan's still missing. They knew it was him too. They couldn't get to her or else he would kill her or have her killed. And Felicity found out where the location was, and he still decimated Team Arrow.
Yeah.
Trapped Renee and Dinah in a room. I don't know why she didn't use her sonic cry to, like, there's so many...
Suppress the blast.
Yeah, applications to that. Or why didn't she use sonic cry to destroy the rocks or the wall?
Yeah, she's still learning.
I just feel like the writers are still learning. Come on. Guggenheim. And Curtis, like, that was pretty badass though, him using his T-spheres. That was awesome.
That is awesome.
Their plan to use Doris as leverage didn't work out because that's not past Adrian to stab his wife. Like, he just didn't give any Fs. He just went, oh yeah, it's gonna be better.
Babe, I love you. I'm sorry.
That's all you hear.
It's just okay. We're gonna get out of this.
And then you hear the...
Yeah.
And then she died. So Diggle served this purpose. He basically brought in the person that they're trying to save and got
this is our leverage. Oh shoot, you start. Okay, what do we do now?
It's like you bring a puppy to an evil person and
please don't. No.
Yeah. Happy puppies. Then Oliver gets pissed while the rest of the team, I don't know why they ran outside to, like, what is that? See, that's what I'm talking about. Strength in numbers, people. Strength in numbers. You know, this dude could take on all of you at the same time, basically. Why did everyone have to run outside to make sure that woman was taken to safety? Diggle brought her there. Diggle should have brought her out. Well, the rest of the team, when they escaped, should have went with Oliver to fight Prometheus, and it would have been over.
Yeah.
But no, they left Oliver, who was already hot-headed, and you know he doesn't make the best choices when he's hot-headed, to fight that dude, and he did gain the upper hand. Right? He was. They were actually wrestling, which I found kind of funny at the same time, but epic.
Adrian was more bloodied than Oliver.
Yeah, but I feel like he was letting him hit him.
Okay,
like, that's part of, like, his mentality. It's like sickness. Like, he's beat Oliver this long, so it's like, let me just make him feel like he's winning it.
Yeah.
Because I think Adrian could have definitely...
he keeps saying, I don't want to kill you.
Yeah. And I'm saying he's, like, physically, you wouldn't think he's a match for Oliver, but he is.
Yeah.
And he could have easily stopped him on his own, but he didn't. Who interrupts her fight?
Talia.
Arrow to the back of the knee. That's a new one. And
she's like, I do not want to be part of these memes.
And they abduct him. They abducted the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
And the rest of the team, like I said, they weren't thinking. Nobody went in there with him. I don't know why Diggle was like, hey, can somebody go in there? Because I'd left Oliver alone.
Yeah, wait, they all went
outside. They were all outside.
Not just outside, they left.
Yeah, and Susan is like on top of the roof because Oliver's like, take the elevator all the way up. And so she's probably like,
that makes no sense. You should just take it all the way down because there's people underneath.
I don't. Why?
The exit is down below, not up top. Extraction point is never up top unless you're going out of the helicopter.
This is a la Toby Flenderson. Why? And yeah, it just went to shiz at the end there. Like, they're missing Oliver. The team have no idea what to do. Felicity has to go back and bargain with Helix to help them. And Adrian is just walking free. And he pinned his wife's murder on Oliver. And he's like, if you snitch on me. Like, I like how Lance was like, he knew like, I know this guy's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna protect you anyways.
Yeah.
To Susan.
Adrian walks up to Quentin. Like,
yeah.
Quietly. But yeah,
that would be sad if he died.
Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, but he's walking free. And he messed up Team Arrow in one episode in the worst way, and it's gonna be kind of hard to come back from that. I'm surprised that Speedy wasn't around. That kind of sucky even more that she's not around while her brother's gone.
Yeah.
So hopefully she comes back. Like, I want her and all the people that have been part of Team Arrow to come back to help, because this guy obviously is too much for all of them to handle, whether he's suited up or whether he's wearing a suit, like a
civilian
proper
suit. Yeah.
Final shot is with Adrian and Talia. They didn't even lock Oliver up, did they? Or
Yeah,
did
they
she
chained him. It's like just shackles
to the floor, right?
to the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So he's like standing. He can't sit. He can't do nothing.
And what does he say?
What do you want from me?
Adrian's like, I don't know. To mess your life up.
Yeah, he wants to break him.
Yes. And we leave with that.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, I want to find out who Oliver really is.
Yeah.
I want you to expose yourself, Oliver. Mm.
Oh, that's what he said at the end there? I thought that was in a preview.
No, he says
okay.
at the end, he's like, I want to find out who the real Oliver is.
Ah.
And then he walks away.
So it's like an awakening. Maybe that's what he had, so he wants to see a good guy do it.
Yeah.
Like he had an awakening as a bad guy. But getting the flashbacks, we'll wrap that up. Oliver, Gregor, and Victor survive the gun battle with Gregor and his team. And then they killed Gregor and his team at an ice skating rink.
Yeah.
And Gregor said something before he died to Oliver. He said,
If you kill me, you'll only be killing yourself.
yes, so bum, bum, bum.
What's even crazier is Adrian said the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, did we miss anything else?
No.
Easter eggs.
I actually got none this episode.
Adrian's real name is Simon Morrison,
Yeah.
and the creator of Prometheus is named Grant Morrison. So I think that's just like a bit of a nod. I don't know where
okay.
the Simon came from, but I think that's all I got too. There's 52 in there, the news. And that building that they used where Prometheus was storing Susan was used in Smallville as Bell Rev.
They used it last season as the hallway, the famous hallway.
For yeah.
It was like against Damien Dark.
Yeah, I think that was a prison also.
Oh, yes.
They also used it on Supergirl.
Yeah, against the first Hank Henshaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it for Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Previews.
Oliver's still locked up, and he asks, "What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?"
And yeah, so the next episode is pretty much breaking Oliver.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Adrian really wants to get under his skin. So we're going to find out what the hell this all means to him and Talia. Well, obviously, I think Talia's case is more cut and dry. Oliver drove a sword through her father's chest, so
Yeah.
revenge is sweet on her end. Well, but
shoot.
Prometheus is a little bit of a different story.
That makes sense why Evelyn wanted to team up with him. So do you think
Because
Oliver killed her parents or
well,
her father?
technically, he didn't save her parents from Damien Dark.
Oh, okay.
And technically, that's in a child's eyes if you view it from the wrong point of view.
You
from somebody,
murdered my parents.
basically. And remember, that's what she said when Oliver first met her when she took the Black Canary costume. So it's kind of like amplified. Like she's messed up in the head. So obviously, somebody that's even more messed up that can manipulate people can manipulate a teen or however old she is. Theories.
I feel like Adrian is the son of Gregor.
Yes, the two possibilities is Gregor or Kovar.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Yeah, he must be in that group of the Bratva people.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they have the similar beliefs.
And he kind of looks like Kovar a little bit. Like they have the chiseled face, the straight hair.
What's that dude's name? The actor? He's a well-known
Dolph
guy.
Lundgren.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And yeah, they got the same facial structure. Except he's a midget.
Gregor is his second father.
Yeah, or his uncle, or how you would call an uncle who's a close friend or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. It's probably gonna be something anticlimactic like that, but maybe the reasoning as to why he is that way is a lot more interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Gregor, he kind of died.
Yeah.
Not meaningless, but sort of meaningless.
It's not as impactful.
Yeah, so maybe Kovar is what do you call it? Because it seems like Kovar is the head. He instills a lot of beliefs towards his henchmen.
Apparently, Oliver beats the shiz out at him. Like he beats him to death with something.
Kovar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's probably his father.
Because Dolph Lundgren posted a picture with Stephen Amell and his face was jacked. So maybe that's why Prometheus looks like that. So it's like a constant reminder or something. And I really think that even though it's more of a call out to his brother, Doris, his wife.
Yeah.
I think that Vigilante is his brother. They're going to be the same person. Just watch. It's going to be their twins.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
One snapped and became the worst of the worst, and the other one snapped and instead of going the route of being the bad guy, he went the good way and tried to prove to Oliver that he could be a better hero.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's one of them is there to break him and try to see if he will fall, and the other one is there to
serve justice.
Yes, and try to prove that he's the better hero.
Yeah.
They're gonna come head to head, dude. This is gonna be
Yeah.
epic. I can't wait. As
Dude,
for the
what
rest
if-
of
sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
what if Adrian is super crazy and his civilian self
Mhm.
is the way that Vigilante actually acts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I do this for justice. I want this to be right. I feel like that's how he took that personality from his brother.
Dude, that would be epic. I just want to see something because that would up the ante even more if there's two of them.
Yeah.
But they're totally different people.
Yeah.
So I just hope Thea and Rory and Evelyn come back though, because we haven't seen Evelyn. We haven't seen forever, and Thea just left for no real reason.
Yeah.
And Rory left because there's also no.
He's got no mojo in his rags.
Yeah, and they have no moolah in the bank to pay these actors.
That's true.
But yeah, it would be cool to see them when they really need them.
Yeah.
You have any other theories?
Felicity is going down a dark path and she's going to possibly kill someone.
Yes, I think she'll be responsible for Susan's death.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you killed my boyfriend, I kill your girlfriend. So, and I think that's like setting, like Helix is more of like a subplot to set up for next season. Like maybe we'll see the head of it is going to be somebody like even,
What
I don't
if
know how you could
Felicity-
top Prometheus, but he's
Dude,
gonna,
what if Felicity turns
the head is
she-
Helix? Oh, that would be sick.
Helix, or what if she partners up with Prometheus?
Oh no.
That would be even more insane.
Yo, that would be crazy. I'm excited to see what happens though.
Yeah.
Any other theories?
No, I can't think of anything.
Final thoughts about Arrow?
Dun dun dun. I like Adrian Chase. I don't care what name he takes. Like decides he's gonna be like Max Steel or some weird name like that. I like it. He's a cool character as both a masked killer and a attorney. He's cool as hell.
Such a good villain.
Dude, he's the most psychotic, and I think that's why I like him.
Yes. They really redeemed themselves this season with this dude. Like it was actually a mind-blowing reveal, and him just like effing with everybody this episode. Like right off the back, like they get back and Oliver knows who he is and everything. They just couldn't touch him. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how they, deal with him. But this was a really good episode. I think this was my favorite one in this season.
Arrow never ceases to amuse me and amaze me. I love all of these episodes, even the slower ones.
Yes.
You can say they hit the mark with this episode. Huh?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
I'm definitely getting the point of what you're trying to do.
Oh, you need one now.
I'm not good on the spot.
Yeah, we kind of gave you the shaft on that one, so it's okay.
I got nothing.
All right, so let's get down to the hashtags for these shows. The Flash, hashtag Speedforce.
Halo.
Infinity.
Nice. That was a good one. That actually made sense.
Hashtag Speedforce Halo Infinity.
Hashtag for Legends,
Okay. Hashtag Spice.
Deo.
Banana.
Perfect. Hashtag Spice Deo Banana. Arrow.
Hashtag Chase.
Psycho.
Gone.
Nice.
I don't know where that came from.
Hashtag Chase Psycho Gun.
Nice. All right, so favorite episode out of these three. You gotta pick one since there's only three of them.
Well, that's easy. Arrow.
I'm gonna give this one to Arrow.
I will get. I want to hop on the bandwagon. But I'm gonna say Flash.
It's okay to be different. They're both neck and neck for me this week.
Yeah, it's
but
very
yeah.
close. Yeah.
And Steins would have won. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to say Legends because the Deo part, I just can't stop thinking about the Deo. It was just hilarious. So, with that being said, go leave a comment down below what you thought about the episode and what your theories are and what's to come. And go leave a like if you guys enjoyed.
Fun, no. Over to my channel. Kodiak G07 for review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And yeah, check that out.
Be sure to check out our creators' code as well as social links down below. And thank you guys for watching the 7th episode of the Justice Clubhouse Podcast.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is that the Universal logo symbol?
Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking. That's the wrong.
Copyright.
I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn it, that's the wrong one. What's I trying to do?